All right, 6 o'clock. Go ahead and call this meeting to order. Can we get a roll call?
Commissioner Goebel,
Present.
Commissioner Jamu,
Present.
Commissioner Morales, absent. Commissioner Perez, Chairperson Condit.
Here. And then after the Pledge of Allegiance, I'm going to ask everybody to take a moment of silence with me in memory of former Series Planning Commissioner Lori Smith, who passed away last week tragically. So let's go ahead and do the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. Okay, moving on to citizens communication. While the Series Planning Commission welcomes and encourages participation in the Planning Commission meetings, adopted rules allow no more than 5 minutes for expression of non-agenda items. Matters under the jurisdiction of the Planning Commission and not on the posted agenda may be addressed by the general public. However, California law prohibits the Planning Commission from taking action on any matter which is not on the posted agenda unless it is determined to be an emergency by the Planning Commission. Citizens are entitled to address the Planning Commission on any agenda item subject to the 5-minute provision. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to give public comment? Seeing none, anybody on Zoom?
No hands raised on Zoom.
And any emails?
No emails.
Okay, go ahead and close citizens communication. Conflict of interest. Is there anyone on the Planning Commission that would like to declare a conflict of interest? Seeing none. Moving on to the consent calendar. All matters listed on the consent calendar are considered routine in nature and will be enacted by a single motion unless otherwise requested by a commissioner or the public for special consideration. Otherwise, the recommendation of staff will be accepted and acted upon by a roll call vote. Is there anyone on the commission that would like an item pulled? Anybody in the public? I'm going to pull item 3 just for clarification. There was a few small errors that will be fixed by staff. So just want to note that. But with that, I'll go ahead and motion for items 1, 2, and 3 to be approved.
I motion to approve.
Okay, first and a second. We get a roll call.
Commissioner Goebel,
Aye.
Commissioner Jamu,
Aye.
Commissioner Perez, Chairperson Condit.
Aye.
Motion passes. 4 yes, 0 no, 1 absent.
Okay, moving on to public hearing, item number 4. Turn it over to staff.
Good evening, Chair and Commissioners. Tonight's item is requesting a lot line adjustment and site plan approval for a new quick quack wash located at 1355 and 1363 East Hatch Road with an existing commercial center. The project proposes a redevelopment of a previous paved portion of the former Kmart Center. The proposal includes a new 3,588 square foot automated car wash building, dual queuing lanes, merging into one tunnel, 19 vacuums, stalls, an associated site improvement including an ADA parking and path of travel, a trash enclosure, and landscaping. The site located at 1355 and 1363 East Hatch Road is currently developed as a parking lot area within an existing shopping center and is surrounded by commercial uses in all directions. Although the area is underutilized, the share access drives are already existing, and therefore the project does not propose any new access onto Hatch. Next slide. The lot line adjustment is standard in nature and simply combines 2 existing parcels, so parcel 5 and parcel 6, into one legal parcel to accommodate the project for a unified development site that won't result in buildings or development on top of parcel lines. The project site has a general plan land use designation of community commercial, which supports service commercial uses that are appropriately located within established commercial corridor and shopping centers with convenient access to major roadways. The current zoning designation, zoning district community commercial, although the site carries a legacy PC 18 zoning designation, staff evaluated the project using the C2 standards because that is the implementing framework for community commercial. This zone is intended to provide for and promote concentrations of community-oriented commercial uses as well as appropriate public, quasi-public, and administrative professional uses with the city. The proposed development is the type of development planned and expected to be located in the community commercial zoning district. Per section 18.16.060, a new building in the community commercial zoning district requires site plan approval. There are no specific findings that the commission needs to make per the code to approve a site plan, but generally, to be able to approve a site plan, the project should be an allowable use in the zoning district. The project should be consistent with the general plan. The project should be consistent with the development standards of the zoning district. The project should provide appropriate and safe circulation in and out of the site and around the site. The project should be in compliance with the California Environmental Quality Act. And the project should generally be a compatible use in the community. Here's a closer look at the site plan where vehicles enter through the existing shared center access to the west of the subject property. So the site plan orientation has north pointing to the left there. The queuing fully on-site pass through the wash tunnel and proceed to vacuum stalls before exiting back into the shopping center circulation system. The site also has on-site parking, trash enclosure, and fully landscaped in all setback areas in accordance to the city standards. The building colors and material and design are consistent with brand standards and shown on the elevation exhibit. Staff recommends that the Class 32 infill exemption because the site is fully urbanized, previously developed, and consistent with the adopted land use plans. Staff recommends the Planning Commission find project exempt under CEQA 15332, approve 26-02A as the lot line adjustment, approve 26-02B site plan approval. That concludes staff's presentation, and we have available for questions, and we do have the applicant online for questions.
Thank you, Julian. Any questions from commissioners or take it to the public? No? Okay. Go ahead and open it up to the public. Any members of the public that would like to comment on this item? Seeing none. Anybody online?
No hands raised.
Okay, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing portion, bring it back to the commission. Good. Yep.
So, does staff see any implications of utilizing with say this approval? If we approve this, would there be any negative impacts of us renting out that Kmart in the future or bringing in other tenants because of the spacing issue?
So the Kmart project is moving forward, so it won't have any, it won't affect that development.
Julian, do we know how many car washes we have in the city of Ceres? If you don't know, then it's okay.
I do not know off the top of my head, but we do not have any limitation on car washes for the city.
And what sort of public input have we done just besides tonight on this item?
Just for tonight, there is no requirement for, this is a permitted development for that site. So any developers that come in, they submit to the planning commission as long as it is in line with the zoning. It's permitted, and we bring it to you for site approval. That's it.
And with this, where this project is located, it doesn't meet the requirement for notices of any kind to residents?
No, it does get public notice. So there was a notice in the paper for this. So it does meet. So public is notified. There is the 300 radius of the property owners that are around, parcel owners that get notified. So those are the notifications for the public hearings.
All right. Anybody have any other questions? Okay, well, I'll just say I can't support this tonight. I feel our city has a problem with repeat businesses, car washes being one of them. And it's unfortunate that we don't have members of the public who are always complaining about our city's problem with repeat businesses. And again, I've been on this commission for 3 years now. This is the first car wash project that I've seen. To my calculations, we have about 10 or 12 car washes in our city. Again, I think this is a problem that the city council and our city administration has not addressed when it comes to repeat businesses in our city. And we only have so much retail and commercial land left. I think we need to be very selective when it comes to these sorts of businesses that we're bringing in. And again, I can't support this. So that's at least where I stand. I'm just throwing that out to my fellow commissioners. I think this needs to be voted on and approved by the city council, not the planning commission. They're the elected officials. They need to vote on this item. So my vote tonight will be no.
So we do have the applicant online. So if we can,
Yeah, if the applicant wants to say anything else, I'm good with that.
Good evening, commissioners and chairman. Appreciate
hold
your
on,
time
I'm
tonight.
trying to unmute you.
Am I there? Am I unmuted? Hello?
Hold on one second. You're not coming through.
How about now?
You try again, Vance?
Can I be heard?
No, can't hear him.
No, not through the system. Hold on one second.
We're going to go ahead and take a 5-minute recess to figure out the technical problems, and we'll be right back.
Vance, go ahead and try and talk.
He's back on.
Hello?
There you go.
All right, we got you.
Okay.
Okay, let me know when we're back on. Are we good?
Mhm.
All right, we're back.
And I can be heard?
Yep, we can hear you.
Very good. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what the confusion was, but I'm glad I can speak now. Good evening, commissioners and chairman. Um, I appreciate your hearing and reviewing our project tonight. Our project is a permitted commercial use within the community commercial designation, and it is consistent with the intent of the general plan and the zoning. So I think that's the purview of planning. I understand the issue of, I think it was considered repeat businesses or saturation. However, within the same block, there are 8 drive-through restaurants. And if I have to look at the map, but that is between Herndon and Richland Avenue. And there are no other existing express car washes in that same block. The closest one is the I believe it's a Mister's, and two, if application is approved, and to drive through restaurants, there's 8. So I'm not sure that, or understand what that restriction is coming from. It isn't allowed use. We meet the general plan. There is no code or requirement for separation between car washes. It's an infill project. It was a previously disturbed commercial site utilizing existing access and existing infrastructure. So I feel that it is a very good use, again, consistent with the general plan and consistent with zoning, which is the planning's purview. And I'm hoping that it is viewed that way. And when it's compared to other drive-through services, we pale in comparison as far as numbers go. Quick Quack is I wanted to play a little video and hopefully I still could. Quick Quack is a membership-driven car wash. We have 1.5 million members, and we have 348 stores throughout the United States, and we're growing very quickly. I think it would be a wonderful addition. It's a matter of convenience. It's a matter of reducing VMT, which is a significant CEQA issue, where it's driving folks that, and this is how we find our project sites, but we locate them where we see customers coming from because of being a membership-based car wash. We see our customers and where they come from, and that's where we try to locate new stores so that instead of driving to the car wash, they drive by the car wash when they're on their daily route. And that's why we have such a drive by percentage as our members, because they're close by, they buy a membership for convenience. I think additionally, when you think about environmental stewardship, when you wash your car in your driveway, you'll use up to 100 gallons of water more. We don't know what they're using to wash their car. And all of those chemicals and products, whatever they are using, go into the stormwater system. And we know that all ultimately goes into our lakes and our rivers and our oceans. We use about 20 to 25 gallons of water per vehicle. And that all goes into our sewer system and is reclaimed. We reclaim all of the water, recycle all of the water that we use and use it over and over again. And that's how we get to those numbers. I'll reserve the rest of my time, if I could, for any other comments, and if we could potentially play the video. But I think this is a great project, and I think it would fit in very, very well, and provide a service to the community that they don't currently have at that particular location and that close by.
Thank you, Mr. Shannon. Any questions for Mr. Shannon? Oh, wait.
If I could just ask a question about market saturation. You mentioned the environmental concerns, but do you have any concerns about market saturation? You've mentioned your membership growth. Is that something you see happening here in Ceres, or do you think there are broader concerns?
I don't see a market issue whatsoever. There, like I said, there is another express car wash nearby, but there's only one that's relatively close at all. And I think there's more than enough room for everyone. The express car washes come so far in technology and the way and the speed in which we wash a car, the cleanliness of the car when it comes out, and the idea of savings of water really have just become a boom, if you will. And there's a lot of automated car washes or express car washes that are being developed, and I think there's plenty of room for everyone. I believe Mister's is a membership-based car wash also, like us. I think we'll find that our members, or the folks that are driving from Ceres to another local car wash of ours, won't have to do that now. And I don't believe that there's going to be any concerns with the Misters and their viability in the business as well. It's like I said, there's 8 drive-through restaurants. If there's a hamburger store on the strip, why does there need to be 8? Because people want choice, competition, drive quality, they drive pricing. And I think that's really important in society. I don't think we need to have one business control the market. And we just want to be a part of the city and provide our services to your community and your citizens that are local by.
Thank you, Mr. Shannon. I want you to know my comments are not directed towards you personally or your business. I think this is, we all live here in Ceres. We know some of the issues we face when it comes to our economic development. And obviously you have a successful business. And I just want you to know that personally from me.
Thank you, Chairman. I took no offense to what you said.
And so while we have you, I do have a question as it relates to your sort of car wash business. Do you guys collect sales tax?
There is no sales tax in this type of service or with any car wash that would come into the neighborhood. However, this is an undeveloped property that's been undeveloped for quite some time. And the property tax increase will be significant. We hire about 15 to 18 employees per store. They're part-time, great for students, great for young people. And they're all paying taxes. They're all spending money in the community. And we're typically hiring folks that are, as I mentioned, younger and ride their bikes or walk or, are close to the business. So relatively, they would be spending their money in the local community.
Okay, thank you for that. And
Yes,
Julian,
sir.
if this is approved tonight, it's approved, correct? Doesn't go to the city council?
That is correct. It's not a discretionary permit, so this is a principal permitted use. So that's what we're here for today's compliance with the standards is what's under review. And so as stated in the presentation, the proposed use is permitted with the zoning district, so it complies with the zoning district. The project is consistent with the general plan, and that's a check that we look at. The project complies with applicable development standards. So they have all their standards on the site plan. They are going to do the capital improvement that is required out there. So the sidewalk will be done. This has been a site that has been undeveloped for a very, very long time. Economically, it will benefit the city of Ceres by providing employment. It is a destination. So on destinations, this is a place where people will go, hoping to stop at all the other places as you have Home Depot, you have the fast food restaurants, you have Burlington across the street. So this is a destination where they're going to come get their car washed and hopefully stop at one of the other businesses. It has adequate utilities and services. So this project is a permitted project. That's what we're here today for, is to approve the site plan and to approve the lot line adjustment.
I think it was 3 years ago, the last project that was approved. We did bring up, I remember bringing up that if the council members would not want any additional car washes, they need to bring that up to the city council and a moratorium needs to be created. That was stated on record 3 years ago. At that time, no one brought it up because at the same time happened was the developer purchased a property with the zoning rights and ordinances, and similar argument came up. And at that time, no action was taken as well. So
No, our city council has taken no real leadership to fix this issue. And until we send them a clear message, I feel like, and put them on the spot for approving a project like this, for them to face the consequences until something's going to change.
And I believe sorry, Commissioner, but Nubia, if she wants to jump in to correct me. So here today, we're deciding on the site plan approval for this. This is not how many do we have in the city?
Correct.
That would be a recommendation to council that you would make a recommendation for us to take, or how that would get to council for them to make that decision.
Okay. Well, again, I'm voting no. I feel like my purview and why I'm up here is to benefit the future of our city. So again, it's nothing personal against Mr. Shannon or his business. I just feel like I just can't support it. And I feel like we're going to let the city council off easy because, again, I feel like a lot of people are going to be up in arms. Another car wash, another storage unit, and it's the planning commission that's voting on this, not the elected city council members. So, again, I just cannot support it.
And I appreciate that, Chairman. There is nothing that precludes us legally from being here, and I think that's within the Planning Commission's purview. I think if City Council chose to have a moratorium or a separation of car washes, they would have done so. And because they haven't, it stays kind of within the Planning Commission's purview. And again, there's nothing preventing us from being at this particular location. And I feel like that it is a positive use. It's well received, and there really isn't any reason legally to deny the project. There's no findings that would not support the project, and the staff has recommended approval. It just there's no basis for a denial. I understand your feelings, and that's, I think, something that the city council would need to weigh and decide upon and make either a moratorium or some kind of restrictions on car washes, but they have not. And there is no opposition tonight. There's no opposition to
Yes,
this
sir.
project.
There's no outreach whatsoever. So sorry to interrupt you, but there's zero outreach when it comes to economic projects in the city of Ceres. Zero. If we post it in the Ceres Courier, maybe a couple hundred people see it, but this is a hot issue. We all live here. We all know we have a serious problem when it comes to that. And I hear you. I understand. Again, I would be open to tabling this and bringing it back at a future meeting and getting more public participation. I mean, I would motion for that tonight rather than voting. That's more productive.
So, Commissioner, it was noted what standard is that we need to notice. We don't have the financial resources to notice every single new project that comes to the city. It is a standard notice that gets published. Just go out to the surrounding parcels. This is an ongoing thing. We're not here because of how many car washes or how many we have. For you today is just the site plan review that's consistent with the general plan, the lot line adjustment. Now, history has it may get approved. We've had others that if it does not get approved, the big picture is that bringing any business here to Ceres, these individuals have vetted Ceres, they vetted our community, they want to be part of our community. So today it's not about how many, and I believe if Nubia is on, I do have our consultant who would like to just give a little history. Kelsey, if you're unmuted.
Julian, I'm on if you can hear me.
Yes, Nubia, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, Chair and Commissioners. Just a quick reminder for the Commission about the consideration of this type of project. So while the Planning Commission does have the discretion in acting on this particular application, that decision and discretion is guided by the standards and the required findings of the municipal code. So what you have before you tonight is really the site plan approval and the findings that have been included in your resolution. So I reiterate everything that Julian already provided for the commission's consideration. In the event that you were to vote to deny this project, you'd have to make the necessary findings to have the site plan approval rejected for purposes that it's not consistent with the general plan, or that it's not consistent with the municipal code or other conditions of approval that have been included as part of the project. So it's more of a reminder to the commission about, if you were to deny it, the proper grounds for denial would be based off of those technical requirements and not based off of a general opposition to the specific type of project. So that's just more for your clarification, and I can answer any other questions that the commission may have.
Oh, you go ahead.
No, I mean, I agree. Our job as commissioners has always been to see if everything's in alignment with the general plan and the zoning districts, right? It's, as I said 3 years ago, if we want to prevent car washes from being constructed, then a moratorium needs to be in place ahead of time, not when projects are presented. So.
I'll make a motion to table this item and bring it back to a future planning commission meeting.
I was going to do a motion to approve it, so.
We got one motion on the floor first. Let's
Yes,
wait.
we should
There's-
act on the
Olivia,
first,
can you
the
get
first
some
motion.
clarification?
Yes, we should act on the first motion made by the chair. So we'll take one motion at a time.
Okay. Any second?
Second.
Okay, we got a first and a second. We got a roll call?
Commissioner Goebel,
Aye.
Commissioner Jamu,
Yeah.
Commissioner Perez,
Nay.
Chairperson Condit.
Aye. All right. Just want to note it. I tried to push this off to the next meeting.
All right.
Second motion's on the floor.
All right. So motion to approve the car wash with the general plan outlined and within the zonings as it was stated.
We get a roll call?
Commissioner Goebel,
Aye.
Commissioner Jamu,
Aye.
Commissioner Perez, Chairperson Condit.
No.
Okay, motion passes 3-1 with one absent.
Thank you, commissioners.
All right, moving on to new business. So this is on the attendance policy that Thomas gave us a presentation on. So we have two absence from Commissioner Goebel and Commissioner Jamu. I do want to note these two missed meetings were before that presentation, so I don't think it's fair to start enforcing, these municipal code rules. So I think we just all need to get on the same page as it relates to that. And Nubia, if you want to jump in for any clarification.
Thank you, Chairman. Yes, that is correct. Based off of the information that's been provided to the commission in previous meetings, any type of action or enforcement, for lack of a better term, is better left once everyone is aware of the rules and moving forward, as long as the commission is aware that it's consecutive absences or absences at consecutive meetings. The one request that staff will have is if you believe that you'll be unable to attend a meeting, please provide staff with as much advance notice as you can so that we can provide that request for an excused absence to the commission at the meeting. And that just to ensure that staff has enough time to process the request and present it to the commission for consideration.
All right, thank you for that. So I guess I would say that we kind of wipe these away and just start fresh probably at our next meeting. So the first one we'd have to vote on would be Francisco tonight. I don't know if he gave a notice or not, but so is everybody good with that? Okay. All right. Moving on to matters initiated by the Planning Commission and staff. I guess I had one from the last presentation. I would like to see our monthly stipend go away and go back to the general fund. Obviously, the city's in a financial crisis, a deficit. I don't think any one of us up here are up here for $80 a month. Comes out to about 7,000, I think, roughly. I don't care if it's 7,000, 70,000, or $700,000. Every dollar matters in our city. So that's my direction. You don't have to agree with me, but I'm just throwing that out there for consensus from everybody.
We just get some clarification.
Don't hear Mike.
Just get some clarification. Are we paid per meeting or per month? Because that never seemed clear to me.
So you're paid per month, whether there's a meeting or not. It's a stipend, monthly stipend.
I mean, could we do like a motion? Is this our purview or is this the city council's purview?
This would be our recommendation, right?
The recommendation to the city council.
I mean, I would like to put forth a motion that we get paid per meeting rather than per month. Just as a personal note, sometimes I use my stipend for childcare so I can attend. And that is my just my choice, right? But I think it allows people who aren't independently wealthy or things like that to take part in government. So I would hope that we would be able to keep at least by meeting payment rather than per month.
Do we, Julian, what's the best way to, like, do we vote on this or what's thumbs up, thumbs down?
I would refer that to Nubia on
Nubia. All right, what do we got?
I'm glad I'm here tonight. So my recommendation based off of what I'm hearing is if we can get a consensus on bringing this forward for a formal staff report and what I'll say is a planning commission resolution, we can absolutely prepare a planning commission resolution that requests that the council consider making this change to the stipend policy. We just need a consensus. I don't need a vote. I just need just general sense if the commission feels comfortable with considering that as a formal item at your next meeting.
So could we bring back an item generally just about the stipend and you could give us the two options you heard or three options or whatever that looks like? Would that be appropriate?
We can, yes.
Okay, so does everybody good with that?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're,
And if I could just note, if we could see the breakdown, like, right, if we were paid, 1 month without a meeting, we could see the kind of annual total. I just think that would be helpful for all of us.
is that good, Nubia?
Yes, that works. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. All right, we'll go ahead and move on to reports. Anybody got any reports?
We also still have the thing where it goes to city council so they can review on the moratorium, or that's going to be part of that.
Well, no, you could do that.
To add an agenda item to the city council meeting for them to reconsider, right? If they don't want any additional car washes, is to be considered there as a moratorium on going forward, no acceptance of applications. So that way the customer knows at the onset.
So what I can do is, since this is a request for a future agenda, we'll make sure that we'll include this under the same category for your next meeting so that you can have a little bit more discussion on that.
All right, any staff reports? No? All right, go ahead and adjourn.
So,
Yeah.
sorry, Commissioner.
Yep.
I just want to inform everyone that on May 18th, we'll be holding a community workshop here at the Planning Commission on the housing element 6-cycle implementation. So it will be here at 6 p.m. We have postcards and we have it being noticed. And so these will go out. We're going to try to get them out to the school districts so that they can hand out. This will be an overview of the city's implementation of our housing element on expanding opportunities, removing barriers for building and community development.
Is this in lieu of our meeting or is this?
It'll be part of the meeting, yes. It'll be agendized, yes.
All right, thanks for that, Julian. Anybody else? All right, go ahead and adjourn to our next meeting on May 18th, 2026, 6 p.m. Thanks.